Hi there, welcome to Homekeepers. Come right on in, my friend. Just grab a cup of tea. This is going to be such a great program. I hope that you can just kind of put things aside for the next few minutes and stay with us. But I always like to let you know how much you're loved and how much we appreciate all of our viewers and those who, they'll send an offering in, and those who will send us an email or write a note. It means so much. Thank you, and God bless you for it. It's going to be a wonderful program today. I have a friend from many years, Vince Callahan, and if I went through all of his accomplishments educationally, it would take a long time. Needless to say, he just got his doctorate from Regent University and deals with helping people, counseling people, and he has a very interesting job right now within the prison system that I will have him tell you about. But the main thing we're going to talk about is the brain. And I am so fascinated by this, and medical science is finding out more and more and more about it all the time. But he has come up through great research with a wonderful idea how children who have problems, stress problems with the brain, can be targeted in the classroom, and a good idea to help them. This is just great. So stay here. If you're a grandmother, an aunt, or something, you need to hear this, and certainly moms do. And the truth is, some of these remedies are very, very simple. So you're going to enjoy meeting Vince. And then Tiffany and Stephanie and Tiffany's daughters are going to show you the cutest idea for crafts. And I think Stephanie mentions that there's so much kids won't remember, but they'll remember doing crafts with you. I remember crafts myself. Anything that you do hands-on and you're working together, this is a great one. We'll show it to you after I tell you what we're offering you today, and Mark Batterson's book, Praying Circles Around Your Children. If there was more of this kind of thing going on, we might not have so much of the kind of situation that Vince Callahan is going to tell us about today. I don't know about you, but I pray for every family member, all of my great-grandchildren and my children and their wives and husbands and so forth, every single day, because I believe God answers prayer. And put it this way, if I don't pray for them, who will? I hope you lift my family in prayer, and I pray for my viewers. But when it comes to your own family, want to know who's going to pray for them if you don't? And so you need this book, let me tell you. And of course, his Praying Circles was a bestseller for a long time. You can have this book for any amount at all, to Homekeepers. And if you want to write to us, that address is on your screen, as well as the 800 number, 1-800-229-0059, or write to me at Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida, 33758. And this is one I really feel you should get, and also maybe for a gift. Okay, you're going to meet Vince after we watch these children with Stephanie and Tiffany have a great time. Take a look.
I love having special guests come in to show us fun, new crafts, especially children-friendly crafts, because I think you should get your kids involved in everything that you do, because they'll remember it, I promise you. So today we have Tiffany from My Happy Place, Nook and Cranny. It's a DIY, right? Do it, yes, I always do it backwards.
DIY.
Yeah, workshop, but she's also starting to mail things, and it's all very exciting. We're going to have her on another time and tell you all about that, and I'll post it on Facebook too so you can see. But today we're doing a kids craft. So Tiffany's going to introduce her children, and then they're going to tell us what we're doing.
Yes, well, thank you for having us back. This is Tessa.
Hi.
She's almost 11. What grade are you going into?
Middle school, sixth grade.
Sixth grade, yes. This is a big milestone for us. We're not quite sure we're ready for it, but we're doing it. And this is Tristan. She's 8. What grade are you going into, Tristan?
Third.
Third grade, yes. They're getting big. They've been
grow
coming here
fast.
for what, 4 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2016. It's insane.
It
It
is.
just
It goes by
time
way
flies.
too fast.
Yes.
Well, this is a super fun, easy craft, and there are no paintbrushes or fingers or anything to use to actually paint. So we do recommend that you cover your surface with something, a drop cloth or paper, because it is a little bit messy, but that's what makes it fun.
Right.
Basically, these are just canvases from the craft store, and you can buy them in packs of 10 or so. You can buy them individually.
And you can clean up messes. I always say
You
that.
can
Don't
clean
worry
up
about
messes.
making a mess.
Yes.
You can clean it up.
Exactly. Do this outside, maybe in the driveway too. You can hose off the driveway. So it's just basically canvases, but you could even use just paper or wood and then paint. And some of these paints we just had lying around the house. Some of them I went out and got. And it's fun if you've got for a bedroom, if like the girls want to put it in their bedroom and they coordinate it with the colors of their bedroom, they can put it in there. It can be a little original piece of artwork. You can do team colors.
Great
you can do
gifts.
Christmas colors.
Great gifts for grandparents,
Exactly.
for aunts, for uncles, homemade art projects.
Possibilities are
these two
endless.
cuties.
Yes. Another
I mean,
fun
come
thing
on.
too, which we don't have a sample of it here, is to maybe take some painter's tape, and their initial is T, so you can put a T down here, and then when you get the paint, when you're finished painting, pull the T up, and then the T is there. So there's all kinds of possibilities.
So many
All right, girls. So
possibilities.
let's start this. They're just going to open up the paint. Now this is drizzling.
Yes. So they picked their paint colors before we started because it took a few minutes.
It took a while.
It took a few
So have
minutes.
some patience with that, and then I'm going to do the paint dripping, and I'm going to do these in gator colors. So we're going to, yeah.
So
All
I
right,
just
so
do
just
it?
start your drizzling.
Okay,
Yep.
here we go. So
Just kind of go like this. There you
Tessa
go.
is going for they're both
Tessa's
doing the
like
same
pastel.
thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you do one color at a time.
Yes. I'm just
Can
gonna
you?
You
Yeah,
want to squeeze it? You want to
a
squeeze
little
it? Yep,
bit.
there you
I'm
go.
just backing up a little bit.
So you don't get covered in it. Yep.
There you go. Squeeze, sister.
There you go.
There you go. That's a
And
pretty
there's really
color.
no rhyme or reason. You can
Okay.
do drop. All right, you want to move on to the next color? So after that color is finished, put it off to the side and move on to the next color.
There you go. Very nice.
All right,
Look
I'm
how
going to
cute.
do.
How much fun would this be? Get your grandkids, get your kids. It's summer too right now, so the kids are out
Yeah.
of school and you need things to do.
Keep everybody sane.
Right? You cover your dining room table with paper and you just let the kids go for it. How much fun is that?
So for this one, I'm just putting a big. Whoops! I
Ooh,
just
that one's
got
going to
some
take a while
orange
to
in the
dry.
middle. That is one thing. They will take at least overnight to dry. Actually, these samples just took overnight. So for this one,
Yeah.
I just put dots at the top, and
Yeah.
you literally just sit it up, and
Look
you
how
let it
much
run
fun.
down the front.
Look how cool it
That
is.
is so cool. Again, any colors. You could do Christmas. You could have Thanksgiving, birthday, signature colors of whatever your children love.
Whoa, Tessa, you.
Did
But
I do it
that's
good?
going to take a while to dry.
I was
Oh.
not paying attention. So
She's
just
doing pour art, which
She's
is
good.
fine.
Yeah, and actually, well, you know what? We're
You
going to
could do the
improvise.
do- you could do
Improvise a little bit.
We're gonna
Watch
what?
this. We're gonna get it out here.
Yeah.
But the pour art, that's another fun thing that we've
Yes.
done before, where
How-
you actually do just let it all go in one big glob,
That's a
and then
big
you
thing
kind of
right
keep
now.
turning it.
Yes.
It's huge right now.
Yes.
People are doing coasters. People are doing canvases.
Yes,
And
that's
you literally
perfect.
just keep going
Another
around.
idea was born
See, look
out
at
of
that.
this.
We just when you have kids, you just gotta roll
You
with
roll
it.
with it, yes.
You never know what's
You
gonna
picked
happen.
great colors, both of you.
I love
Those are
my
kind of Luke and
sign.
those. That would be like a Valentine's Day.
I mean,
like
look
how pretty
this
that
is amazing.
And
Oh,
no
and now
two
it's-
will ever be the same. So
Right.
that's what makes it
That's
great.
what
You
I'm
can make
saying.
3 or 4.
I
Put them
wanna
on there.
do
You
it
want to do it? Lift it up. Okay,
I'm
put more on
telling
there.
you what, if I got something like this from one of my grandchildren, I would keep it forever
Uh-huh.
because that is so neat.
Goodness,
They could
Tessa.
sign it.
What?
That is beautiful. I love it.
It's a craft,
It is a craft.
and it's gonna get messy.
It is gonna get messy.
So you see the drip art. How
Yep.
cute is that?
And another thing too, you could even paint the canvas a color first, and then do this,
And
so you'd
then
have
do
a
the drip
background
art.
color.
How much fun. You all get your children, get your grandchildren, get your neighborhood children, get your church children. I
Have
don't
a
care.
craft camp.
Have a craft camp and just have some fun, okay? So this is Tiffany and Tessa and Tristan, and we're always so happy to have them come in. We'll tell you more about Nook and Cranny next time Tiffany comes because there's exciting things coming, okay? So thanks for coming. We love having
Thanks
you
for
guys.
having
Thanks
us.
for all of this. This is a blast, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
All right. Aren't those kids cute? I could watch them all day. Want to welcome Vince Callahan, who is a strategic growth executive doctorate in education. And what we're going to talk about today are the effects of early life stress determining when you've had stress in your early life and how it affects the brain. And anything on the brain I find very fascinating. So I welcome you, Vince.
Thank you.
You've been in a fight with Lyme disease, right?
Yes, ma'am. Last year, didn't even really know when it happened. I've learned that tick bites could be as small as a chia seed, little black dot. And it happened to get me, I think, on the shoulder. And about 7 days later, I had a bullseye rash on my ankle, which means that you now have Lyme disease. And it's been a major battle. We went through pretty much every kind of antibiotic that you can go through to get rid of it. It didn't. I'm resistant to treatment. So then it went to putting a PICC line in my arm to do liquid doxycycline. Of course, that developed blood clots, which went to my lung, which is now hospital stay. Major battle off and on. It's been amazing to see what's happened in my own brain because of the Lyme disease, because it makes you have foggy thinking and weird nightmares and unsteady on your feet and just not yourself.
Well, I brought it up because I've kind of watched it on Facebook with
Right.
your wife and all, and it's a horrible.
It is.
I've heard it's horrible, but I kind of
is.
got a play-by-play report.
It's kind of like a combination of MS, rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus all at the same time.
You're on your way out, though.
Yes.
It's doing better.
End of March, first part of April, I'd actually gotten to a place where I couldn't talk anymore. Couldn't walk without a cane, slept 18 hours a day. Doctor says we can do nothing for you, antibiotics are not working. But a friend of mine sent me to an integrative health clinic. They started doing infusions, and it woke my brain up, which was amazing. And we're in the final stages. Today I actually was at a neurologist office, and he gave me, I've been having headaches for months and months and couldn't get rid of them. And he gave me a gift. He said, I have a gift of life for you today. You'll never be the same. And it's a shot that takes care of the headaches. And in 5 minutes, I was alert and yay.
I can hear my viewers out there saying, what is it?
What? Yes.
Well, you've had this quest for education like few people, coming up the ladder, and then you have your associate, and then you have a master's, and now you have the doctorate. What do you think stimulated that desire?
I never thought I was smart. And if you understand...
That'll drive it.
Yeah. And part of my story is when I was a senior in high school, I was really bored. And I bought my first car and I bought my first surfboard. And my rule that year was if it's sunny, I'll be at the beach. If it's cloudy, I'll be at school. You're allowed to miss 45 days of school to fail a year. I missed 44.5. Took my 3.65 GPA down to a 1.77 and got into college on 0.7 of a point and decided I wasn't going to live like that. And so...
kind of bottomed out.
Yeah, I did. But now I have a doctorate in education. And,
there you go.
And it's pretty cool.
And I'm so anxious to get with this because you're talking about a child in school, grade school, young children, or up to maybe all the way through high school, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Who act out a lot, and everybody has their opinion on what causes that.
Sure.
But one of your motivations to try to get to the bottom of it when it comes to this brain, and I believe, because I read a lot, that science is real curious about this. We're going to learn more and more and more about this marvelous creation of God. But you have a brother who's completely different from you.
Yes.
And some of his actions, some of his choices, it made you very curious about why it was so different. So that was the springboard, right?
That was my springboard. And not to go into all of our story, but my mother was married and her first husband died, and my brother was 6 months old at the time. And then my mom married my father when my brother was about 2.5. And my father was working on his testimony. He was a Christian, but there were some things back then that he's not real proud of. And my brother was treated very differently than I was growing up in home. And so as I began this study, I really wanted to know, why are he and I so different? We make decisions differently. We look at problems differently. We process information differently. Why? And as I began to unfold how the family was before I came on the scene versus how the family was after I was on the scene, that began to give me, okay, let me look deeper and find out what happens to kids when they're under chronic stress. and what happens in the brain.
Yes, and I want to jump ahead and give the end of the story. We're
Okay.
talking about one word, and that's attachment.
Mm-hmm.
That a baby, all the way through, they need to be attached to someone who cares about them. This isn't rocket science, is it?
No, it's not. Well, in Genesis, doesn't it say it's not good for man to be alone? Aloneness is not how we were designed. So a baby wants love, nurturance, acceptance. It wants to reach out, receive something back. It wants to feel like it's cared for. And when that happens, everything in the brain works like it's supposed to.
But if they don't have that, it also has an effect on the brain, which is adverse. I was showing this to you before we came on the set, but several years ago, I was talking to my son about an article in Life magazine where said if you just play with your baby, I mean little baby, there's kind of a short window of time there, right? And you kitschy coo and you move them around and you make them laugh and you tickle them a little bit and all that, that it develops millions of neurons in the brain.
Yes.
And I mentioned my son. He said, well, it's too late for my kids. I said, your wife did it. Never been a better mother.
Right, right.
A lot of parents have that instinct, but you need to know that. Take the kid out of the crib and play with them a little bit.
Absolutely. Play with them a lot.
And that is correct from
Absolutely.
what you know. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Because the baby is seeking the attention, which is normal, that a baby seek. And when you get an answer that's a brick wall, in other words, there's no attention that comes back, think of it like a tennis match. When you hit it across the net, you're expecting the ball to come back, right? But if you hit it into the net, nothing's going to happen. So if you are a young child reaching out to mom and dad and those around you for love, affection, and attention, and you get nothing in return, that creates a stress in your life. Rejection hurts.
But the scarier thing is it affects the brain development.
It does, because the brain operates on a use it or lose it scenario. So the brain, it's an amazing organ. So if it doesn't need all those healthy pathways, because that's not the environment, it discards those. And it creates other pathways to navigate the chronic or toxic stress. It turns on the brain, if you will, into a hyper-alert state, meaning that it overproduces a hormone called cortisol, which decreases size and function in the brain. So now things that should be normal become abnormal.
It increases it, and you don't want that.
You don't want
that
the
to
increase
happen.
of cortisol. Cortisol is the hormone. It's called the stress hormone. So, for instance, we're on this show, and if a bear walked through the door, and you see that bear, you're going to have an instant reaction. Can I get through the door? Can I take out the bear, or should I hide? Fight, flight, or freeze. Okay? At that moment, your body is doing all kinds of really cool things physiologically to get ready to fight the bear. But think of a child growing up in a home that's all stress, and that level of scaredness is what's in your brain 24/7.
So
It
the
never
bear
comes
doesn't
down.
bother that much.
Right, but they can no longer determine if the bear's real later in life because that switch is turned on permanently. So they're always in hyper alert. They're always looking, who's going to hurt me?
And now this would include not having any attention. It could include being yelled at all the time. It could be abuse.
Abuse,
And
physical abuse, sexual abuse, poor nutrition, abandonment, parents who have drug issues, high stress in the home, all the yelling, the screaming, and basically the child's brain says, I can't process this information.
Yeah, see, I think a lot of people think it's going to affect their emotional development, all this, but you're talking about an organ.
Yeah, it literally changes the structure of the brain. Kids who are stress kids, as I like to call them, have a higher rate when they become adults of either having drug addictions, psychiatric disorders, ending up in a mental hospital, or higher incarceration rate. They end up in prison.
Now, you have a suggestion that, again, is not rocket science,
No.
that this kind of material should be included. It's pretty simple. You and I are talking about it. I think my viewers get it.
Right?
Should be included in teachers' preparation,
It should.
and they could spot some of these things and maybe realize it's just not a mean kid or an out-of-control kid, that there is a problem there.
Right. My research study, that's why I actually drilled it down to finally, was asking, what do teachers actually know? And one of the questions I start with, like we did earlier, if you think about you in school, how many teachers would you put in this category that I call really a super teacher? They connected with you, you did better in their class, they kind of loved on you, it was just this really great bond or connection. Most people can tell me one at least, maybe three, five sometimes. But then when you ask, do you know how many teachers you had? Usually it's about 150. So not even 10% of those teachers actually understand the power of relational learning or bonding or attachment. Because doing that in the classroom, simple things. There was a teacher in Australia who decided for her kindergarten class, she was going to break them into 4 groups, A, B, C, and D. Group A, she put them in, those kids just go in and sit down. So when you come to class, just come in and sit down. Group B, it's a hello, it's a wave. It's just, wave, you need to go sit down. Group C was a high five. Group D was a hug. She tracked it for a year. Group A, below developmental level. Group B, small bump. Group C, a little better bump. But the ones who got the initial hug, we're talking less than 10 seconds, were above developmental age. Academic performance was amazing, and these kids were ahead of the whole group of the class. So I teach teachers now some really simple relational things. Eye contact, simple touch, simple things you can do in the classroom. Because usually what happens with these kids, they act out, get in trouble, there's a parent-teacher conference, they go to the principal's office, they go to the dean, they go to a counselor, all those kinds of things. And my message to teachers is, wait, we can do things in the classroom.
Mm-hmm. Well, the teachers have them several hours a day, some of them.
Like 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or they'll have more than
multiple
one
teachers.
Okay, now, I want to take the other side of this. Teachers are so stressed, they need some hugs.
They do.
I mean, I've had stories on here, classrooms are battlegrounds. Of course, that's when you're getting on up into the high schools and all. However, and I think I can hear teachers, I always tell them I can hear you, so go ahead and ask questions. I can hear them say, are you kidding, Arthur? But this is some knowledge that needs to be out there.
Right.
Doesn't cost one thing to hug a kid.
No, this is not a new idea. This is not a new program that costs millions of dollars. I started presenting this to educators in conference settings back in 2017. We've probably put it in front of over 1,000 educators to date. A lot of times they start crying. I never knew I had this power. I never knew I could actually change someone's brain by a relationship. No one ever taught me this. I didn't have this in my education program. Why didn't I know this? This is so simple. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a hug. It has to be a connection point. And I'll tell you this, kids who act out, they're acting out because they don't have attention. So if you start doing the connection points, guess what? Your classroom environment will change, and the environment changes.
And you call it attachment. This is what this whole idea is about. The interesting thing is that as long as I've been alive, it's a long time, and we have throughout our lifetimes heard these great stories of what a teacher did. Mm-hmm. Just they're, they just come along periodically. What you're saying is there could be a lot more of them. There
could be. So let's dream for a second.
Okay.
So Johnny is a stressed kid who comes from a very toxic home. He gets to kindergarten and his brain is on hyper alert and he doesn't really know what he's going to do. But his teacher now has been trained to assess Johnny very easily and to look for the signs, and she knows how to calm that brain down and begin to that attachment relationship with him. But now, instead of going to a first grade teacher that's not trained, she's also trained, and the second and the third, all the way to 12th grade. Johnny, who was ending up in prison on drugs or in a psychiatric hospital, because of all those teachers in consecutive years, have now done the same thing to bond and connect with Johnny. He is now an A student heading to college because a lot of people made a difference in his life over a period of time. They restructured his brain. He's no longer a stressed kid, but he is now going to be where God wanted him to be in the beginning.
It so lines up with Scripture. Love one
does.
another.
It does.
Yeah. Now, you've put a lot of effort into this and figuring it out, and I certainly commend you. And we only have a couple minutes, so
Okay.
What's the process to get this into the teachers?
One of the things
learning.
I'm doing right now, Regent University actually asked me to design a graduate course on this research that I'm teaching this summer, which is great. That's the first step. I'm in the process of doing a 3-series of books, one on a children's book level, one for teachers, and a workbook setting. I'm speaking at as many educational conferences I can get to and say, by the way, here's the latest research, here's neuroscience in the classroom, here's what it means. And they can reach out to me by email if they want more information. Anybody can get my dissertation if they want to read it and look at the research and look at the data that's there. And so,
Do you know what I love about it? Doesn't cost anything.
no.
And these wonderful viewers I'm talking to might be some kid in your neighborhood.
Probably so.
Sunday school teacher, there might be someone there that just, instead of getting disgusted with them, which you'd like to do, and maybe throw them against the wall,
Right.
don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Attach, that's the word,
Attach.
right? The attachment.
Yep. It's like a tennis match, send and receive, back and forth. Johnny's going to act out and look for attention. And if you know what he's doing and why he's doing it, now you can love him a little bit better, a little bit easier.
Now, in the minute or so we have left, as this attachment takes on and the child's more secure and changing, is there proof that that brain changes?
Yes, absolutely. Neuroscientific research shows that because of the oxytocin release, which is the attachment hormone, it relaxes the brain, it restructures, and those neurons and those pathways that were healthy in the beginning, they start coming back.
Okay, we're, like I've said, we're about out of time. We really are this time. What's the age gap? I mean, can a high schooler be helped?
Absolutely.
Praise God.
And into college. It doesn't stop.
But it takes somebody to recognize it, and that's
Yes.
what you're trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Vince is going to be with me on the next program, so because I want to continue talking about the brain in not just in this way, you know, and this attachment, but what an important conversation you've just heard. And so be on the alert. I think the Holy Spirit will tell you, you know, you're seeing some child out of order, instead of getting upset and criticizing the parents and all, think about this. Think about this. You could be instrumental in actually changing the brain of a child, which gives them a better future. We are out of time, but please join me next time, remembering there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you should miss a Homekeepers program, you can catch up by going to www.ctnonline.com. Click on CTN Programs and then on Homekeepers.